Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves. And today, what am I talking about today? Oh, goodness, I might as well just bite the bullet and do it. Elgar's The Apostles. This is the recording by Richard Hickox. It's the best one out there, hands down, featuring Allison Hargan, Alfreda Hodgson, David Rendell, and Bryn Terfel, Stephen Roberts, Robert Lloyd, lots of basses. A lot of the Apostles were basses, apparently. With the London Symphony Chorus and Orchestra under Richard Hickox on Chandos. Yay, Chandos. This is really a great performance. I love the Apostles. Believe it or not, I do. And I'm not Catholic, and I couldn't care less about the Apostles and what they were all doing. I love it because the music is gorgeous. I think the Apostles is head and shoulders better than the dream of Geritol, or whatever his name is, Gerontology. I think the music to Gerontius is beautiful. I think the poem is one of the most horrible things anybody ever said in any language known to mankind. It drives me absolutely crazy listening to it. But the Apostles has a much better text. It's just biblical. It tells a story. It does so with incomparable color and lightness and sincerity. It's so beautiful. You know, the reason I think that Gerontius gets more play is that, Elgar was Catholic, and that was a problem in England. I mean, it really was, especially in his day. There was a lot of anti-Catholic prejudice still in the UK, and as a result of that, I mean, Cardinal Newman's horrid poem is a little bit more ecumenical. I mean, yes, it is Catholic doctrine. Gerontius gets zapped, the fried soul episode. He gets zapped and then he gets shoved down into purgatory to serve his time and all of that stuff. So yes, there is the doctrinaire aspect to it, but it's not exactly the strict sort of, I don't know. You can get away with Gerontius if you're more agnostic than you can the Apostles, which is strictly the New Testament story of the Apostles running around being apostolic. So that's, I think, one of the differences. I really do. Also, Gerontius had that catastrophic premiere where Elgar was hysterical and had a nervous breakdown, and there's much more mythology behind the dream of Gerontius, but it is not a better piece. It certainly is not. In fact, the reason it isn't is because the Apostles has a part for the shofar. It actually has a shofar part. So at some point, and it's toward the beginning, morning and dawn happens, and there's this beautiful dawn scene, and it's got actually a tuned gong and tremolos on it. I mean, it's just, the orchestration is kind of fascinating of the Apostles. It's very rich. It's Elgar's sort of, after the March of the Mughal Emperors, which of course we all know is his greatest piece. It's really quite fascinating. And so at some point, the music's humming along, and you hear this. Or something like that. Hopefully it sounds better, but it may not. I mean, you gotta, what they do with these things sometimes is they fit them with actual brass mouthpieces. Unless you find a cantor or some Jewish guy to come running around and do this thing. But this one is not actually. I have several shofars, and shofarim is the plural, by the way. And this is not actually the best of the batch. It's a small one. I have a big, long kazunga thing that has a big, rich tone, and I can play like, simple tunes on it. But let me try that one more time. All right. It's not terrible. I mean, it's not supposed to sound, beautiful. It's a shofar. I mean, it took it off the head of a ram. I mean, and hollowed it out. And it smells. It tastes. Anyway, so there you go. I mean, the Apostles is big and rich and colorful, and it's gorgeously recorded here and beautifully sung and wonderfully conducted. And I think if you're going to do Elgar choral works, I would start here before Gerontius. Not only that, by the way, I mean, Gerontius it's about death. It's death obsessed. I mean, I know it's about redemption and all that, but the whole first half is death. Gerontius lays on his couch. He's like, I am near unto death. It's like, oh gosh, who cares? Get rid of the man. So here we have it, the Apostles, Dave's Fave. Keep on listening, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care.